They'll try to add another to their lead. And they knock through the extra point, and they're up 28-7. They put together a 65-yard drive for the score. And they top it off with a 14-yard pass for the touchdown. They're set to kick it off, and this crowd now ready to get behind them. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. A little bit backed up to start this drive from their own 18-yard line. They'll leave it with him. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
And this offense on first down, man, they go backwards. And they built a deficit, and they've been sluggish. And they just need something to get going, to get started, because they've kind of looked out of sorts and out of rhythm this whole game.
He'll go out of bounds at the 22, methodically moving it away from their own end zone. Wow, this offense is just stuck in the mud. They've already punted 4 times, and it's 3rd down now. Grab near the marker is Hendricks. Really nice job to get it past the sticks, pick up the first down at the 30. New set of downs after the completion. Here's the handoff. Finds his way for 3 out to the 33.
And those body blows really, really matter. Like, I want to be able to hand the ball off to my running back 10, 15 times a game. Make the defense tackle them, wear them out. Sometimes these 3 to 4 yard runs, later in football games, they turn into 5 to 15 to 20-yard gains just because of the body blow effect.
We're at the 2-minute timeout, and these guys really need to build a little momentum to cut into this lead before halftime. The Bobcats have their offense in high gear. Grab behind the line. It's Gossett. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain. So now it's 2nd and long. Dropping back, it's Navarro. Swings it out to his running back. And that defense pushing him out of bounds after a short gain.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense catching the football.
Wants to throw it. Oh, they're after him. Nowhere to go with the ball, and down he goes at the 39. And the Bobcats will call on their punt team. I wouldn't quite call it a shank, but that's not exactly going to go on the resume reel. Really good job by the coverage team to make the stop, and that's where they'll put it in play. We'll see them really hit the speed button on the tempo here in the final minute of the first half. Looking downfield on first down. They get to him as he throws.
This QB has had a lot of success all day long, throwing for so many touchdowns, looking very comfortable. Finally, the defense gets to him. Finally, the defense gets a win. They needed something to go their way. Got to start getting some more.
Wide open spaces. He'll work his way down to the 28.
It feels like everything this play caller has called has worked so far in this first half of the offense. They've generated a really nice lead, lighting up the scoreboard, and they're staying aggressive. They're throwing the football. They're dictating everything right now to the defense.
Finds his big tight end. Nice gain on that play, but leaves it a little short of the first down. The offense will quickly use a timeout. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. Looking to go up top, and time's running out in the half. He's got the tight end. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. The Buckeyes getting set on 1st and 10. Quarterback making checks. Looking downfield, it's St. Clair. Pass is incomplete, and we dwindle down to 7 seconds.
And the quarterback and receiver just not on the same page on that last play. Timing has got to be so critical, especially when you're throwing the perimeter of the field. They just didn't have it there.
Fires to the wideout. That ball is intercepted at the goal line. And they get the takeaway and prevent points from going up just before the end of the half. It's first down, but the offense is just going to take a knee and go to the locker room. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Fellas, looks like we've got a great one going down in Columbus today. And there's no more fitting place to begin than with this stud receiver and how he's dominated the first half. Some guys have the ability to elude and evade. This young man is a true three-level threat. Short passes, the intermediate game, and then the deep ball. He is a problem, and I don't think this defense has the solution. Time to put an end to the speculation and find out. They're inside the horseshoe.
All right, Kevin, about ready to get things cranked back up here. And the Buckeyes will boot it away to start the second half. On the run from inside his own 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. They'll start this drive from the 18-yard line. They'll start this drive going to the air. Caught in the backfield, it's Williams. And he's able to shed one tackle and gets a pretty good pickup. The Bobcats with a second and short to keep this drive moving.
Nice quick throw there, and it's so important for quarterbacks to be able to find a rhythm and to become...
Oh, he's got some space. Good call, good execution as they move the chains, and they have a first down at the 38. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Wide receiver comes in motion. Back to throw, it's Navarro. Got his man on the right. Found enough room to get it into enemy territory. They're down at the 43-yard line. First down, 10 yards to go. From the gun, running back on the move. He was looking for some place to put his foot in the ground, but the defense was everywhere. He's knocked down behind the line. And the Bobcats with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. Going to swing it on second down. And that's going to fall to the ground incomplete. That was a physical matchup there. Third down coming. And this offense is desperate to keep this drive alive. Trailing by multiple possessions, and it's getting late. On third and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield. Absolutely nowhere to go as this defense makes a third down stop. The Bobcats will punt this one away. They'll be forced to kick for the 6th time tonight. Able to keep them from getting a return, and the ball goes out of bounds. They're going to mark it right around the 20. The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. They'd love to put a long drive together here as they start from their own 21. Finding open areas. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. Wants to go up top. Fires to the tight end. And they'll stop him just short of the first down, just inches away from moving the sticks. The Buckeyes are facing 3rd and inches. To the ground to try to move the chains. He'll make a play on 3rd down. He's got enough for the first as they mark it at the 32.
And I think this has probably been the most surprising thing of this game so far. This guy's one of the best running backs in the entire country. They just can't get him going. He's never been able to get into a rhythm. You got to give the defense so much credit because they have...
He's going to let one fly down the middle. And it's knocked away downfield. The DB getting a hand in there. Or will they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go? Back to throw, it's St. Clair. Fires to the big fella. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain. Passing game very effective on 2nd down. What about here on 3rd? From the gun, wants to pass. Hit as he throws. And it's incomplete on 3rd down. The Buckeyes will punt it away on 4th down. And you make the stop, and that is exactly what you want out of your punt cover unit. They'll crank up this drive from the 30-yard line. To the air on first down. Finds the tight end.
I'll tell you, I love the play call on first down here. You're just trying to find an easy completion, and the shortest throw on the field for the quarterback is finding your biggest target, and that's the tight end. Nice job.
He'll pull it on the read. It's a seam wide open. And he gets the first down, but man, did he get the hit stick laid on his noggin. See if they can turn this drive into points. They've got it 1st and 10 at the 50. From the gun, running back gets to give. Picks up the first down. And he found plenty of running room on that one before the defense was finally able to get him down.
All right, well, look, I know the defense was feeling real good about their run D coming into this one and how they've been playing up to this point, but finally, David, the offense breaks through and they finally generate something positive.
And I can't tell you how easy it is. When you're going to throw the ball consistently, and I know it, I'm going to pin my ears back and I'm going to get to the quarterback. It makes life really easy on the defensive line. But when you can have balance, now the defense doesn't know what's coming. They need more of this if they're going to be successful on offense.
He stopped in the backfield again, and this just hasn't been his night. It's been more like a nightmare. Wants to throw. It's Navarro. Sets up the screen. They get him stopped at the 32. A solid pickup, but it will bring up a 4th down and decision time. This is makeable field goal range here, but it looks as if they'll go for it on 4th down. On 4th down, looking to pass. They got him for the sack, and that'll be a turnover on downs.
I know that was tough, but as a quarterback, you got to know on 4th down, you cannot take a sack. Any way, shape, or form, you've got to be able to get rid of that football and give it an opportunity. That time, I know it wasn't blocked perfect, but the quarterback's got to have more sense of urgency.
And the Buckeyes in a good spot here with 2nd and short. Out of the gun, the running back has it. And they'll bring him down after a short pickup.
And I think after that play there, you're seeing how this offense is staying committed to having some balance. They've had so much success early in this game throwing the football, right? They've been lighting the scoreboard up through.
He lobs one high down the left side. He's got it into the end zone. Touchdown, Ohio State. This is like a baseball pitcher that can't miss. He is just pounding the strike zone.
It just gets in the zone, right? When you can't miss, you've seen quarterbacks get like that no matter what they do. They're on fire. They're hitting the receivers. And listen, that's also on the defense. The defense has to do a better job making him feel uncomfortable, changing what they're doing in coverage so he's a little bit confused. You can't just let him pick you apart.
Good news, I guess. A lot of room to work with as they start this drive from their own 15. He'll do it himself. Fights off a defender. That may not look like a huge run, but they'll take it as it gets him up to the 24. And the Bobcats with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. Well, guys, Ohio State has the lead here. And it hasn't been much of a contest as we take a look at the overwhelming game stats through 3. Will the beatdown continue, or is this a comeback for the ages in store? We'll see as we start the 4th. They had a chance to mull things over. Let's see how they start the final period here on 2nd down. Tight end now in motion. Here's the give off the left side. Got the first down and more. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
It's not a flashy play call, but that is exactly what it was designed to do. Get 2 yards, get the first down.
Caught over the middle. It's Gossett. And the defense had that one well covered. Just a short gain there. They're dealing with a 2nd and long. To throw, it's Carpenter. Pressure coming. Short gain on the play before he slides.
Welcome to the frustrating reality of college football. Like, the guy at the quarterback spot, he can just do that, pull it down, get positive yards, makes the defense have to account for him every single play.
Here comes the heat. And the defense makes a play, and they get the quarterback down at the 26.
I know this defense came into this game hoping to get pressure on the quarterback, but I don't know in their wildest dreams if they ever thought it was going to look this good. I lost track at 5 sacks.
Nowhere to go. The ball is loose. Defense swarming on that loose ball. It'll be a turnover.
And he was fighting with everything he had, Jesse, trying to reach whatever he could, scratch, crawl, fight for that little bit of yardage he needed to get the first down, but it didn't look like he was going to get there anyway.
No, ball six. Still has to be at a premium, though, David. 5 points of pressure, right? Fingertips, palms, forearms, biceps, and chest. Moving forward in this game, got to do a better job because this defense...
Got enough space. Touchdown, Buckeyes. And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. They tack a little more onto this lead, and they're on their way to a 3-0 start. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Boys, expect the unexpected in college football, and for some, this update could fall under that category. Alabama rolled to victory, flexing an offensive muscle that almost reminded folks of the record-setting team led by Mac Jones, Najee Harris, and Devontae Smith. All that speculation all week, and now we know. But something tells me, fellas, we haven't heard the last of either of these teams.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there.
The offense came into this game knowing that for them to win, they were going to have to make some big plays throwing the football. That just has not been the case. Here in the fourth quarter, they've been held to less than 200 passing yards, and that's really the story of the game.
He kept those legs moving, got 3 out to the 19.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough. How important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
You see an incompletion there. I think a big reason why this team is in such a hole right now in the fourth quarter is they have just not been able to find the explosive plays throwing the ball. And you got to wonder at this point, is it too little too late?
And this kick will be marked down just inside the 45-yard line. Good field position here as they start this drive from their 43. They'll run it from the gun. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
And you gotta love this defensive performance so far. Done such a good job against the running back that you saw last week, man. He can go off. He can make big plays. He can chew some yardage up and keep an offense on schedule. Nice job by this defense locking in and shutting down the run game so far.
How about this sophomore stopping him short of the first down line?
You know, this offensive line, they just got to hold their blocks a little bit longer. This offense likes to run their quarterback on design plays. If you can just give them a little crease, he can take it the distance, but they couldn't get it done there.
Smart move to keep it on the ground. He did not make it a stone wall on third down. The Buckeyes line up to punt it away. 4th time tonight we've seen this guy come on to punt. They booted away on 4th down.
And a huge thank you in order right there. That returner is literally going to go find my man and go, thank you so much for making up for my mistake. That could have been huge, but the offense caught a break and fell in.
Back to throw, it's Carpenter. Quickly complete. Didn't pick up a lot there, moved it forward just a few.
This offense has their work cut out for them, man, because the coverage has been so tight. And if you're not throwing to the sideline or you're not getting past the sticks, this defense is going to tackle you inbounds like they just did on that last play and bleed the clock.
Just too much heat that time, and they knock him down at the 31.
Not one, but 2 sacks on the day, and possibly more to come. Still time left in this football game, and this is a beatdown. You know all passes are coming. This offensive line better do it better.
And the defense gets loose, bringing the heat, and down he goes again. Clock stops, and we've reached the 2-minute timeout. This offense looking for anything to cut into this big lead. The Bobcats decide to punt it away. 3 and out, they got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. Let's see what he can do with it. Wide open, and it's a foot race. He'll be guided out of bounds, but not before a nifty return on that one. Okay, here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. They're in command of this game. Now let's see if they try to rub a little salt in the wound or happy with getting the W.
Yeah, and listen, this makes the post-game handshake fun sometimes. If you do choose to rub a little salt in it and keep chucking and keep scoring, I'm here for it, Jesse. Like, your job is to score points. It's my job to stop it. Keep your foot to the accelerator. Keep trying to play ball.
I agree 1,000%. That's like Steve Spurrier back in the day when I was playing for the Gators. You go and play for him because you want the opportunity to throw the ball. So when you get in the game late, you're not handing it off. We were beating Central Michigan by 80-something points. He was still letting us throw the football. It's the defense's job to stop him.
Wrestled down at the 8-yard line as they threaten deep in the red zone.
And there's nothing more frustrating than when you get late in the game and you know they're running the football and you don't stop it. It's been that kind of day for this defense. They haven't played well. They're going to have to go to the well. They're going to have to figure some things out. Practice this week, I can promise you, will not be a lot of fun with these coaches.
Phenomenal job by the defense that time, shutting down the option play. They knew they were going to see this in this game, and all week long in practice, they really focused on this assignment football, making sure the dive, the quarterback, the pitch, all taken away. Nowhere to go with the football that time offensively. The defense coming up with a huge negative play.
Now this team has consecutive wins, and when you start expecting to find ways to win games and you expect that you will perform well enough to do so, that's really hard to stop.
It's a mindset, Reese. This team has it right now. You can tell their players trust each other. Big situations arise in games. They're looking at each other in the huddle on the sideline, expecting to make the play that's going to help them win games. This team